All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're looking at a huge turning point. That one critical moment where a single message and a single object takes this profound, crushing grief and transforms it into the righteous cause for one of the greatest wars ever told. So, let's really think about that. What kind of message could possibly turn a prince's deep sorrow into a king's burning fury? We're going to zoom in on that precise instant when the emotional tide turns, when total despair is forged into an ironclad resolve for battle. This is the story of a catalyst. Okay, so let's set the scene. Just picture Hanuman soaring back across that vast ocean. Now, this flight is totally different from his journey to Lanka. Remember, he left filled with uncertainty, facing what seemed like impossible odds. But now, he's returning with triumph in his heart, because he did it. He found Sita. The mission was a success. And on the southern coast, an entire army is just holding its breath. His brothers in arms, the whole search party, are gathered together, their eyes just glued to the horizon. You can almost feel the tension, right? So when Hanuman finally lands, there is only one question on every single mind. Did you find her? And with just a few simple words, Hanuman unleashes this massive wave of pure relief and joy. She is alive. She waits for Rama. And just like that, cheers just erupt. All that waiting, all that fear, it's gone. Hope is back. So, okay, the army's hope is back. That's huge. But the most important report still needs to be made. This next part is all about that deeply personal exchange between Hanuman and Rama. Because, Hanuman carried a lot more than just words. He carried proof. Hanuman finds Rama, who is just completely lost in his grief, and he bows low. He delivers the news. He found Sita in the Ashokavataka garden in Lanka. But then he adds this absolutely heartbreaking detail. She survives only by chanting Rama's name. It's this incredible testament to her faith, for sure, but man, it also paints a picture of just how desperate her situation really is. But Hanuman, he knows that words alone might not be enough to cut through Rama's despair. He didn't just come back with a story. Nope, he came back with something tangible, something real. He brought a physical connection to Sita, a tiny piece of her world carried all the way across the enemy-held sea. And a token like this, it's way more powerful than any speech could ever be, because it's a direct, silent message straight from her. And this is it, the Chudamani. So what is it? It's a crest jewel, a beautiful, precious ornament worn in the hair. Now, what's really key here is just how intimate this object is. This isn't some royal seal or generic piece of jewelry. It's deeply, deeply personal. For Rama, this is undeniable proof, not just that Hanuman found Sita, but that she trusts him completely. Rama takes the jewels, and in that one moment, all the pain just comes rushing back. His tears are just streaming silently down his face. This beautiful jewel, it doesn't just represent hope. It's a tangible, crushing memory of the last time he ever saw his wife. It's a physical reminder of everything he has lost. And then Hanuman delivers her words. And I really want you to notice the certainty here. She doesn't say, I hope Rama will come. She says, Rama will come. Rama will save me. This is not a plea. It's a statement of absolute, unwavering faith. And that belief, well, that's the final spark that's going to light the fire. And this brings us to the great pivot of the entire story. This is the moment where everything changes. We are about to watch personal grief transform into a battle for Dharma, for cosmic order, for what is right. The fight just became about righteousness itself. And this right here illustrates that change perfectly. On the one side, you've got the prince's grief, Rama, just lost in sorrow, holding this jewel that reminds him of his wife's absence. But on the other side, born from that very grief, is the king's resolve. The key thing to get here is that the grief doesn't just disappear. No way. It gets transformed. It becomes the fuel for his command to prepare for war, for his promise of victory, and for his whole mission to restore Dharma. And there it is, a quiet but absolutely decisive command. Lakshmana, prepare for war. With those few words, the march of a massive army and the fate of an entire kingdom are set in motion. The decision has been made. There's no more doubt, no more waiting, only action. And Rama is not alone in this, not at all. Hanuman immediately reports his own act of defiance. He burned Lanka as a warning shot. And Rama's brother, Lakshmana, is filled with confidence, declaring that with allies like Hanuman, victory is basically a sure thing. And in the background, you can just imagine the entire Vanara army roaring in absolute unified agreement. Now, let's look at how this all leads to Rama's final vow. He stands tall, and he lays out the future not as some kind of hopeful plan, but as a prophecy. Look at these steps. It's a sequence of events that are now inevitable. Step 1, a battle begins. Step 2, Ravana's kingdom will fall. And step 3, Sita will be returned. This is a promise made to the entire world. And so, the stage is set. This is no longer just a husband's mission to rescue his wife. It's been elevated into something so much bigger, a cosmic struggle between good and evil, a war for Dharma itself. The fate of the world now hangs in the balance. Which leaves us with a final, really powerful question to think about. Rama's intensely personal duty to his wife becomes the justification for a universal cause. And it really makes you wonder, at that intersection, when the personal and the universal collide like that, is war sometimes just inevitable? Something to chew on. Thanks for joining me for this one.